Welcome back, everyone. We're back playing Black-Green Aristocrat Elves, and we are playing against Mamma Mia. We have a good keepable hand here. We have 2 Bastion of Remembrance, 2 lands, 2 Mana Dorks, and a Coco. That's a pretty good keep. Alright, our opponent goes first, and he will Inquisition of Kozilek, taking a Passion of Remembrance. Alright, that's still pretty good. We have everything we want in hand. Alright, and just a quick reminder on this deck. I believe this deck is a pretty solid deck. It will go head to head with anything tier 1 in the meta right now. It outvalues most decks. The deck we're playing against right now is a Death Shadow deck, and I will 9 times out of 10 put my money on the Elves against Death Shadow, especially in this, because you cannot outvalue this deck. It just keeps coming back and forth. It's resilient. But that being said, you do have to sideboard for things like Heliod Company and stuff like that. We do have things in the sideboard, but it does take down most tier 1 decks. You can hold your own against Jund. You can hold your own against Tron. Stuff like that. Tron's a hard matchup, but it can be done. Alright, we played the Bastion of Remembrance. Got a token. Opponent goes to 9. As always, if you like the deck or you have a deck idea, please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. We'll get back to you. I will get back to you on that. Okay, we are here. We kind of misplayed on that one. You should always play the Elvish Warmaster first instead of Bramblewood. Then you'll get the double trigger and have 6 damage on the field instead of 5, which that was a misplay on my part. But it works out. And then we'll wait his turn, because see what he's going to do. Alright, now I'll do the Coco. Alright, well, hit 2 Shamans. That's the way to win it. That's why Coco's in here. This deck is only running 30 creatures, so that's not too bad. It's not ideal for a Coco deck. But alright, we'll go on to the sideboard. You have 2 Extirpates, 2 Necromancia. You have the 2 Essence Wardens. You have a Veil of Summer, or something, no. And then you have a Gaia's Blessing, 2 Return to Natures, a Weather Storm, a Choke, a Dampening Sphere, and a Sorcerer's Spyglass. In the main, you have 17 lands, and you also have a Westville Abbey in the land base. That's what I threw in there just for a sack outlet. Then you have your Mana Dorks, you have 3 Lana Wars, 4 Elvish, or 3 Elvish Elvish Mystics. You have 2 of the Elves of Deep Shadow, so on and so forth. It's a pretty straightforward deck. The deck list is in the bottom if you want to see it. Alright, so our opponent has to play. That's a keepable hand. We have everything we need. And alright, Thought Scours. Hits a Bramblewood and a Blooming Marsh. We draw a Collective Company. Alright, one side note on this deck. I would always play the most expensive things first. Say your 3 drops they go out first, because if they kill your mana dorks, this thing runs on 2 mana if you can get your 3 drops out fast. So all you need is 2 lands and you're just humming along. And on another thing on this deck, if you have your opponent plays out a Plague Engineer or something like that, you are basically shocking your opponent for every 1 drop you play. So you'll get a trigger, a death trigger, another 1/1 token comes in, it dies again, they get 2, so they're killing themselves effectively, and you can outvalue them that way, because you're hitting them for 2 every turn, and then they can only hit you for turn with it, or 2 for turn if they have only a Plague Engineer, so it works out perfectly for that. Alright, opponent goes to 12. Alright, but like I said, if you like the deck or you have any ideas about the deck, please tell me in the description or down below in the comments, and I will get back to you. I reply to everyone. It's really fun to me to build modern elf decks, brews of my own. People tell me how to, like, we collaborate. It's a fun time. So feel free. Let me know what you think. Alright, 2 Cocos, and that is game. Well, have a good night.